Well, hello, everybody. My name is Van Potts, and welcome to my little place here on social media. I am going to build this channel. I'm glad you're here around metabolic health for the busy person, the busy professional, using food primarily, exercise, proper sleep, etc., etc. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to kick this whole thing off. There are some people who've been following this a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it short and brief, but I started focusing on a new eating regimen, I should say, and not really new, but something that I got really focused on in January. And so I had some pretty good results. I wanted to share them with you and then bring you along for the ride. I'm going to really focus on this for 6 months, and you'll be able to kind of see the results. I think it'll be good. Longer term, what I want to do is be able to motivate people, empower them with knowledge, food, desire, and help. You know, that's what I'm really after. We have a pretty serious metabolic health crisis in our country right now. Only 12% of us are metabolically healthy, and what I'd love to do is be a little piece of that could turn that 12% into 15 or 16%. I think that would be great. So, notice the one thing I didn't say. I didn't bring anything up about pharmacology. I have nothing against pharmacology, and for some people, it's really necessary. There are people that I speak with all the time, especially on weight loss, where I think pharmacology can be a really important part of it. But at the end of the day, what we all really want to do is focus on better selections of food and everything else. Now, before I get into everything that I did and what I'm doing, I just want to tell you that I started off by saying I kind of focused on a little bit here in January and now February, but that's really like I didn't really work that hard. It was actually fairly simple. So here's what I would tell you that what I want to really hit home. It's not about, and this tags back into, how hard I worked at it. It's really not about calories in and calories out. That is one part of the misinformation of the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry, and it's not a matter of calories in and calories out. I'm not saying calories don't matter and that they're not important, but what we really should be doing is measuring macros, and what we should be doing is understanding what type of calories we're putting into our body. Weight management, whether it's gaining, losing, whatever it is, and metabolic is often a matter of managing your hormones. And your hormones are not managed by calories. They're managed by the types of calories that you're eating. And so that's what we're going to really hammer home and get across. And also for the busy and working professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not paying for any of those services other than obviously a doctor when I need a physical or something. But I do have a really solid understanding of what this does and how it works. So what I have done is I have known instinctively what to eat. Satiety and feeling full is not an issue, and you actually kind of start eating less. So I still, if I were to track it and put it all together for you guys to show you, maybe someday I'll do it. It's just a lot of work sometimes. But if I were to do that, what you would see is that I am probably consuming between 2,300 and 3,000 calories a day. And that's a lot of calories, actually, a lot of food, but it's mostly in fat and protein, very, very low carbohydrates. So it's basically ketosis, really. And how that all got started was, I've obviously seen a lot about it and read a lot about it, but I saw my brother-in-law over the summer last year in 2024, and I was like pretty shocked. And he was on carnivore, and again, not trying real hard, dropped 40 pounds pretty fast. So he told me to give it a shot. I did. September, I did it for 2 weeks and was amazed how quick it was. But then I had to go traveling again into September and October, and you can do it, but I just didn't focus on it. That's the best way to say it. I came home and started back again haphazardly on November 5th and proceeded to drop some more weight and got my blood work done by my primary care physician, and I was in ketosis. In fact, I was well into ketosis on that blood work. Then Christmas came, December I worked on a little bit, had more blood work done, but was not in ketosis. And then on Christmas, I decided not to focus on anything, just to eat what I wanted, which did include rice, pasta, potatoes. And we come back into the new year in January, and I started on January 6th, and my weight was right here. Now, I don't really put a whole lot into the BMI measurement because you really need more sophisticated tools than that, but this is a Renfo scale. It calculates all that stuff for you. And you can see there that that would be considered morbidly obese. So anyway, I got busy on the putting myself into ketosis. So what is ketosis? Ketosis is your body can use two types of fuel and energy: glucose and fat. So those are the two things that your body uses. And glucose is, you eat sugar, you eat fructose, you eat rice, pasta, potatoes. That's got a lot of carbohydrates. Your body, your liver turns the carbohydrates into sugar, glucose, and that can fuel your body. That's one way. The problem with glucose is that glucose will trigger insulin and sometimes cortisol, and when that happens, those are storage hormones, and so you will start storing or gaining weight. Ketones, the second type of fat, the second type of fuel that your body can use, ketones are consume fat, and fat becomes ketones, and then your body, your brain, and the rest of your body and your muscle fiber can use ketones for fuel and energy, and that's how you lose fat, by turning that fat into energy. So it's really not about deprivation in terms of calories, it's about deprivation in terms of carbohydrates. So it's knowing the types. But that's basically what it is. Your body uses ketones. Well, so again, I started back on January 6th, and 31 days later, you can see the results here, which are pretty good. They're not bad. And as we get further along into this channel and developing it out, I'll go through specific food choices, recipes, different things that you want to do. Exercise, I definitely do believe in. You got to get your exercise every day in some form or way. Now, I would also tell you that couple of side notes. Number one, I am not a small human being. I'm 6'2" and change, almost 6'3". I used to be 6'3", but I am 61. And when you start getting up there a little bit, you actually kind of shrink a little. So I'm not quite 6'3" anymore. I'm 6'2" and change, and I've got an athletic build, 52-inch shoulders, so not a real small human being. So I always kind of chuckle a little bit when it says 256 now, and I'm morbidly obese. According to the Renfo scale, I am morbidly obese. And when I did have my weight taken by my doctor, he's like, I cannot believe you actually weighed 270 pounds. And I was 271 on November 5th when I got weighed. And he's like, I don't know that I've ever seen ever in my career somebody carry it that well. Whatever, it's too much. I don't like the way I look in the mirror, so therefore I'm after it. Now, last little thing, sell wine professionally and adult beverages. And during the months of November, December, I didn't drink a whole lot. Holidays, Christmas, I did. In January, I drank whatever I wanted to. So I had wine, bourbon, tequila, whatever. The whole narrative that alcohol causes cancer is a bunch of crap. Don't believe that, but that's another story for another video. In the month of February, what I'm going to try to do is cut that back a little bit. And I'm going to take 1 minute to explain why, and so that it's going to be a little bit of an experiment. But I'm going to cut it back a little bit because I had listened to this one doctor speaking about how alcoholic beverages will kick your body out of ketosis. I would beg to differ with that particular doctor. Again, I'm not a doctor, so, but your body doesn't necessarily get kicked out of ketosis. It just, your liver stops producing ketones. So your liver, when alcohol goes into your body, your liver prioritizes getting the alcohol out. And so your body can only do so many things. It can only multitask so much. And so the alcohol takes the priority over the producing ketones. So in the month of February, what I want to see, I lost 11 pounds in January, 4.1% of my body fat, and or 4.1% of my body weight, not my body fat. And so what I want to see is, I want to see what happens when I dial that back. It won't be completely zero, because I have some things with work to do that, and I enjoy having some wine with dinner. But what I am going to do is, I'm going to have some periods of time where there is zero involved, and see how that affects my body's progress on my journey. So anyway, again, I hope that you guys will like, subscribe, and share this video with other people. Again, what the goal is to come at it from a busy professional entrepreneur, somebody who is not paid to do this, but an enthusiast, and then to be able to help people, because I have a lot that I can share and help people understand. So anyway, Van Potts again, the Metabolic Wealth Investor Network, and I will look forward to seeing you again, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.